What is going on, guys? My name is Phil, and I'm here with Sal.
Yeah.
And this is our personal little rant to a close friend, Vince McMahon.
I don't think we can really call him a friend. We don't really know him.
I mean, we do.
We've never met him in person, but we know him pretty damn well. And
Oh yeah, we know him well enough to do
we
an
know
hour
well enough, and
podcast
it's
on
not
him.
a good sign. It's not a good thing that we know him that well.
I mean, it is for Attitude Era, but we're not talking about the Attitude Era here. We're talking
about the shady PDG era.
So, lately, as you guys have been able to tell, Vince McMahon has really been out of touch with his fan base.
So, the three topics that we're going to go over today are that why is Big Show and Kane still on TV? The second topic we're going to go over is that Roman Reigns has a push. Why?
I don't know.
And the third topic is NXT stars going to the main roster and then getting de-pushed, buried, or not pushed at all.
So, what do you want to start with?
I'm starting out with the Big Show. Well, I already have it set up. I'm starting out with the Big Show and Kane still on
Big,
TV.
slow, and lame. Okay.
Big, slow, and lame, yes. Big, slow, and lame.
So, there's this funny thing I've heard. Royal Rumble 2015 was at the same arena in Philadelphia as WrestleMania 15 was back in 1999, 2000-ish. And that's when Kane and Big Show were just starting to get boring back then. And here they are 15 years later, still boring. What I don't get is why they're not entertaining us. They're not good anymore like they used to, and their characters are stale, even though they try to make Big Show face heel, face heel, face heel, face heel, funny,
well,
and
that's
scary,
the same with Kane. That's the same with Kane.
Yeah. Well, Kane's not really face heel. Kane's more of like masked, not masked. Masked, not masked. I mean, it was cool to see him get back back the mask on, but then he takes it off the next year, and he puts it back on, and then he takes it off again. Like, keep it on, keep it off. Like, choose one and stick with it. Come on, Kane.
Yeah, I feel like that's what killed the Kane character. That's what I feel like that's what killed him.
Yeah.
And plus the heel turn, face turn also killed him. Same thing with Big Show.
I thought, this time last year, Kane should have been getting his last WWE title run, and then he could have retired at WrestleMania 30 with, this huge match. But, no.
Maybe his last match he can, fight Undertaker.
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
They've already had their last match against each other. But, I don't understand. I mean, I respect Kane and the Big Show both. I respect Kane a lot more than the Big Show.
I do too.
But I'm just saying, they're not interesting anymore. Their characters are stale. We want to see new talent. It's ridiculous how they're still on our TVs. It's ridiculous how they eliminate all of, our favorite guys and all of the most talented wrestlers.
That I got mad about.
Dolph Ziggler. Daniel Bryan didn't get eliminated by either of them, but still. Daniel Bryan. Bray Wyatt. Who else am I missing? I think I already said Ziggler. Yeah, did I say Ziggler?
Yeah, you did.
Alright. Who else? Cesaro. Swagger. Kingston.
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose.
He was the last man to get eliminated until Roman Reigns eliminated both of them.
All these guys.
I remember watching this video yesterday. It was this botchamania of it was a it was a Royal Rumble 2015 edition, and it was at the end of the video it showed Roman Reigns eliminating Big Show and Kane, and it showed this one Royal Rumble where it showed Triple H eliminating Kane and Big Show. It was funny.
Huh.
It showed the both Royal Rumbles playing, and it showed Triple H in the ring with Big Show and Kane, him eliminating both Big Show and Kane, and then like the other side showed Roman Reigns eliminating Big Show and Kane. It was funny.
The only difference is Triple H is actually talented.
That should be a meme.
I could make that a meme. Put like hashtag fuck Roman and then like spread it all over the internet. We could get famous, but that's not my business. So I'm just saying, dude. Sal, I want you to go on like a 1 minute or a 2 minute rant on the Big Show and Kane. Go.
Alright. So, these two fucks that have been overly pushed down our throats, almost as much as John Cena, or less or more, however you want to think about it. I think John Cena's pushed less nowadays, but Big Show and Kane have been on our screens for like almost nearly 20 years. Like the combined years is like around like 40, 50 years, and like on TV, on WWE TV, it's just they're not as good as they used to be, and it's fucking outrageous how Vince McMahon doesn't like see this. Fans don't want to see old fucks. They want to see good wrestling. That doesn't make any sense. That's not logical. Having Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, like I don't think Samoa Joe's coming to the main coming to WWE. I think he re-signed his Ring of Honor. But having people like Brian Kendrick back, that's good. But he's on NXT. He's not on the main roster. Having Sami Zayn in NXT, that's cool. That he's not on the main roster. We need better wrestlers. Like the main roster has good wrestlers. It's just the matter of fact is, there's most of the show. If you watch any Raw within the last few years, most of those Raws is not barely wrestling. It's mostly promos and commercials and segments and barely wrestling. It's like only a few matches on the card.
And
like,
then the matches that there are, they're like two-star matches.
2 out of 3 of the hours is mostly segments and shit. Like one of the hours, like nearly 1 hour, or a little bit more, like 1 hour, a few minutes of wrestling. Like almost 2 hours and like 50 minutes. Like the whole show is fucking segments and shit.
See, that's why house shows are better, because house shows there's no promos, none of that garbage. All it is just 3 hours of pure wrestling.
No, that's why NXT is better.
NXT, there are commercials, but it's not like...
I mean, not like Raw or SmackDown.
Oh yeah, definitely not like that. Because it's not like on TV. But still, I'm just saying, NXT, the matches that we do see, they actually have a meeting, the commentators actually talk about the match, and the wrestling is actually entertaining. See, Vince, these are the problems that your fan base really wants you to fix. But, no. And I just want to go out on a limb here. I'm just going to say this. I love wrestling. I don't care. They could make they could give Heath Slater a push to the main event. Have him do all the things Roman Reigns is doing right now.
I'd like that.
I mean, I'm not saying he's bad, but they could just randomly do that. No,
he's not bad at all. He's pretty good. It's just I would actually like that.
I'm just saying they could do that. They could push Daniel Bryan and push Heath Slater to the moon. I would still watch
I would not like. That would piss me off.
Yeah, like, just imagine this whole feud, but just with Heath Slater, right? Like, instead of Roman Reigns. They could do that. I would still be a wrestling fan. The point is, I will always be a wrestling fan, no matter how stupid they are. But the thing is,
I mean, that's basically everybody.
This stuff is almost, like, it's illogical. Like, I'm watching wrestling. It's not like this is rocket science. Come on. The fans want to see Daniel Bryan. Isn't it obvious that the guy got booed out of the building? Roman Reigns got booed out of the Royal Rumble. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the fans want to see Daniel Bryan. They're chanting his name an hour after he gets eliminated. I think that's telling you something. And the guy that you're going with, you just use Daniel Bryan, the most over guy on the roster. You use him as a sheep to get Roman Reigns over. Why? It's pointless. I mean, you should honestly damn, like, I don't get it. Like, what is your deal with Roman Reigns? I know he's Samoan, he's related to The Rock. He's big, he's good looking, he can sell merchandise, but honestly, at the end of the day, you're professional wrestling. This isn't a movie. It's professional wrestling. I know it's scripted, but still, people want to see entertaining matches. They don't want to see good-looking men putting on boring matches, and then, like, the little kids and the women in the audience are screaming. I don't want to see that. A majority of your audience doesn't want to see that. I know everybody wants to see a different thing, but it's the majority. Just like last year. 95% of the fans wanted to see Daniel Bryan. I would even say 99% of the fans wanted to see them, and they gave us Daniel Bryan, but they're making the same mistakes.
And plus, besides, the majority of the audience is fairly male and, like, in their 20s, like, or older. And, like, they saw the Attitude Era, they saw wrestling in their idea of, in their mind, that it was the golden age. Like, some people like that are, like, probably 60, 70 now, that think, oh, the Hogan era is the golden age of wrestling. Like, some kids now, like, will look 20 years from now saying, this era is the golden age.
I know, because they grew up. Like, for me, I started watching wrestling end of 2007, end of 2007, beginning of 2008. Like, right after... No, not even there. Like, right after WrestleMania 24, that's when I first started watching wrestling. A long time ago, like 7 years ago.
I've been watching wrestling since I was in diapers.
Yeah, that was like 2001, 2002, like around that time.
Yeah, about there. Around that time, 2000, 2001, 2002.
I always thought, like when I was 8, 9, 10, I didn't know matches were good or bad. I didn't know what they were putting on a show. All I wanted to do was see Jeff Hardy win. I wanted to see Matt Hardy win. Like, these are my favorite guys growing up. My favorite guys was Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Triple H, who else? I was like CM Punk too. I was always a Punk fan. Even when he turned heel, like against Jeff Hardy, I was still his fan. Like, I don't know
I was
why.
a Punk fan before he even came to WWE. Same thing with Daniel Bryan.
Like, I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, so I'm just gonna, like, extend out, just, like, go off of the topic for a little bit, but, like, back when I first started watching wrestling, when they had that match with Edge and Jeff Hardy, and then CM Punk cashed in on, I think it was, like, a ladder match.
I remember, I watched it.
But then CM Punk cashed in, like, right after. When I read the results online the next morning, I went to school. All my friends were talking about how they hated CM Punk and stuff, and I was saying, so what if he cashed it in on a good guy? I mean, I'm still gonna cheer for him, but then on SmackDown, I see why my friends didn't like CM Punk anymore. That's because he made that heel turn.
I mean, you didn't think of that way. Like, you didn't know, like, heel, face.
Yeah, but then when I noticed that he started becoming, like, when I noticed he was insulting the fans a lot more after that, like, I started to stop liking him, because obviously I was, like, 10 years old. But then, I remember I had this sudden outbreak. I was, like, 12 or, like, 11 or 12, and I started looking up online reviews, and people started saying about how, like, they like Edge, and they like Dolph Ziggler, and I was like, those are bad guys. And then, at that point, I was learning it was becoming like a scripted show, and then I was starting to see, alright, maybe I should just sit down and actually look at how well they can perform. I watched an Edge match, and I was thinking, wow, Edge can perform greater than his opponent, greater than Vladimir Kozlov, greater than Kofi Kingston. I'm just saying, wow, I remember this one match, it was like Edge versus John Morrison, a 20-minute match on SmackDown. Amazing. It was an amazing match.
But both of those competitors, John Morrison and Edge, Adam Copeland, are both good competitors.
Back to where, Kingston. Like, back to where I was trying to say, it's like...
Oswald's, like, no, but...
Oh, yeah.
Kofi Kingston's is an okay, worker. He's pretty good.
Like, back to what I was saying, though, it's like, all going back, it's all like what I just branched off into now, it's all coming down to the root that those are the guys that I grew up with. Those are the guys, and
yeah,
like,
I mean, I grew up with like Edge, Kane, Stone Cold, Rock, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Cena, Kurt Angle, The Undertaker,
Batista,
Kevin Nash,
Randy Orton,
Hulk Hogan, Batista, Randy Orton,
Jericho.
Like I grew up like in the Jericho. Like I grew up with
Masters.
I grew up in the Ruthless Aggression era. Like
Eddie Guerrero, Finley,
Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, the Dudleys. Like I grew. Fuck you.
If you want to get our opinion on Chris Benoit, go back and watch our Raw review, and we kind of drifted off into a conversation about
Then coming down from the Raptors, then we went through oh, maybe no, I'm not doing it because Owen Hart died, and then
from Owen Hart we went to Chris Benoit. So just go back in our Raw review, watch it. It's like I had to turn off notifications on my Xbox. But back to what we were saying. It was we just this is what we do here on the Phil and Sal's commentaries. We kind of just drift off into our own little conversations about things. But then we always wind up getting back on point.
Yeah.
So, back to what we were saying. All this stuff about our favorite wrestlers and who we grew up with. It's all stemming back to...
They were good wrestlers.
It's all stemming back to this is the people we grew up with, and people that the old timers grew up with was Michaels, Hogan, Hart, all Savage, yeah, Flair, all good wrestlers.
Flair, Dusty Rhodes.
And I'm just thinking, you grow up with all these wrestlers, and when these little kids that are in the audience that are 5 years old to 12 years old, when they're grown up, 25 and plus, they're not going to be able to go back and say, now that I understand the business a lot better, I can't say that those guys are putting on good matches, because they weren't. They're going to look back and say Roman Reigns, the guy that I bought all of his merchandise, the guy that I did a meet and greet, took a picture with, he was not putting on the best matches, and Daniel Bryan was.
I feel like that's what they're going to do in the next 20 years. I mean, I can't do that with John. Well, I met John Cena. I did a meet and greet kind of thing. I got a picture of him.
Yeah, that's when you were 5.
Yeah. That was when he was doing the I think it was around the time he was doing the Thugonomics thing, or he was done with that and doing
you can't see me, my time is now, all that stuff.
Yeah.
He was I remember that I think the first time John Cena ever used the doc,
I think when he stopped doing the Thugonomics thing is when he got drafted to Raw. That was when he stopped doing Thugonomics.
Oh.
Yep, that was. Yeah, the night when he got drafted to Raw, by Chris, when he came out of the Raw and went on the highlight reel, that was when he stopped doing the Thugonomics thing.
That was the first time he ever used the "My Time Is Now" theme.
No, I think so. Yeah.
I'll
have to go back and watch it on the network.
I've always been curious. When was the first time that John Cena used he switched from Doctor of Thugonomics to "My Time Is Now"?
Probably when he got drafted to the Raw. That's what I think.
I've always searched that, but I was never able to find an exact day.
Probably when he got drafted to Raw. That's what I feel like.
I read his whole Wikipedia. It's as if they have also I remember RVD. He got a theme song change. 2007, he had a different song with them.
2007, 2006.
Yeah, then he got one of a kind towards the end of his career.
Yeah, 2006, 2007.
Yeah, I always try to find
out. He got one of the kind when he returned to the Royal Rumble, 2007, 2008, 2006, 2008, one of those Royal Rumbles.
I remember he returned to 2009's Royal Rumble, but that's not when he had one of a kind. I mean, that was just he was using it, but he had it a little bit before, right before he left WWE.
Yeah, and they went to TNA.
Oh yeah, then it was Rob Van Dam, the whole effing show. I love that theme song still. His TNA one.
Yeah, I didn't watch TNA, so.
Alright, I always used to look it up. It's a good theme song, pretty funny.
Who else has a good theme song?
Who?
Chris Benoit.
What's your deal with Chris Benoit today? I feel like a murderer today.
No, it's like lately I've been looking up for the past few months. I've been looking up like Chris Benoit case files, like looking up like ways he died, some crazy ass conspiracies that are like bullshit.
Yeah, we're pretty sure we have to make our own Chris Benoit commentary. We have
to talk about like dead wrestlers one day.
Yeah. Well, we should do it on like the anniversary of like his death, or I don't know. Like, I think that would be
not just Chris Benoit. We have to like talk about like dead wrestlers that like were wrestlers,
like Owen Hart, Eddie Guerrero,
like Owen Hart, Eddie Guerrero, Randy Savage, Chris Benoit,
Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior.
Well, we're not gonna get into any of that like Illuminati crap.
No, fuck no. We're just gonna talk about like we're not just gonna like gloss over like their death. We're just gonna gloss over like their good things they did, like how with the wrestling, what they brought in the ring, not just their death. Like we're not gonna go like we're just gonna like say like he'll be sorely missed, but like it's okay because we got to see him wrestle.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
And so
or her
I think now we should just move on to our next topic. What do you think about? Wait. You want to just do, like, Roman Reigns' push and why? Because we were already kind of talking about that a little bit.
We're already done with Big Show and Kane thing. That's
but, I mean, we already started our Roman Reigns push, but...
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, let's continue that. Alright, let's get off of this topic of deceased wrestlers, and let's get more into the topic of Roman Reigns. So...
Yeah.
Like... So, why do you think Vince McMahon wants Roman Reigns to be successful?
I mean, because either this is my speculations. Like, he sees him as the next John Cena. Like, he's big. He has like this thing for big men, big men. Like Hogan was a big man. The Rock was a big man. John Cena is a big man. Like, not big, but like they're muscular. They're like
I know
like just roided up shit. Not like big, like big men, like John Stone, Andre, like Big Show. Not like that. I'm just saying. just like
larger than average, but not too
larger than average. Not too big. Not like Andre Giant, John Studd.
But like Hulk Hogan.
Like Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Rock, Triple H, like that.
I mean, I know, but now I'm thinking, like, those guys, they can't perform. Like, they can, like, but it's just that they're not as good as smaller, like, wrestlers, and that should be obvious. Like, look at Adrian Neville. Alright,
look at every small wrestler that we know right now that we can name at the top of their heads.
Like, look, Rey Mysterio,
let's just name up a whole bunch of like small wrestlers right now, and just like name up a whole bunch of small wrestlers and compare them to Roman Reigns.
Rey
Mysterio, Chris Benoit, X-Pac, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart. I can name a whole bunch of other people. Daniel Bryan.
Adrian Neville.
Sami Zayn.
Kalisto.
Oh.
Kalisto.
I guess. I mean, he's a better worker, but he's not really doing anything. All he is a tag team with fucking Singara.
Yeah, it's a solid tag team.
CM Punk.
Oh, CM Punk's not really that small. He's 6'1". And oh yeah.
I mean, I guess, but he was viewed as small by a lot of people.
Who else?
I could say RVD.
RVD. Yeah, RVD. He's like 6'1". Like, what I'm saying is, like, the small wrestlers, they're better workers than these big giant guys.
Like
so I don't know why Roman Reigns is getting pushed.
Chris Jericho.
No, Chris Jericho's like 6 foot. He's 6 foot. He's like
Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko.
Yeah, Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble, J&J Security. Look right there. They're amazing wrestlers, but they're acting like the Authority's goons right now on TV.
I said Dean Malenko, not Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble. I said Dean Malenko.
And Dean Malenko.
I got you.
Yeah, I was just adding those too.
I remember that night when, like, he broke up. I forgot who he broke up, but he broke up, like, 2 people.
Oh, yeah, no, it was, like, Roman Reigns, and, like, he was fighting Kane or something, and then, like, Finley got speared, or, I don't know, something like that happened.
Yeah, it was, like, Finley.
Oh, yeah, that was a cluster.
It was, like, Finley, Jamie Noble, Joey Mercury, and, Bray Wyatt, and Bo Dallas's dad.
Oh, IRS.
Yeah.
But, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, alright, right now I'm, like, 5 foot, 5'1", kind of.
I mean, you'll grow soon. You'll grow.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, when I'm older, I'm expected to be anywhere between 5'8" and 5'11". That's like the size of Adrian Neville, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Chris Benoit, those guys. Those are, like, the guy, but I'm just saying, like, people that are supposed to be my height, like, just, like, normal people. Like, the average person's only supposed to be, like, 5'10", like, but just people who are normal size and not that jacked up, they're more athletic. They're just, like, they're better in ring performance. I'm not saying that there's big guys that aren't good in the ring, because, I mean, you got John Cena. Like, John Cena, he can perform when he needs to.
Yeah, like
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has, even though he has, like, a variety of a moveset, but, like, his moves, like, he doesn't have that many moves, but the moves that he does are impressive. I mean, he does have impressive moves.
German suplex.
Yeah. Not everybody can do a German... I know, like, the person has to jump in order for you to German suplex, but still, you have to have your whole weight, like, holding them and supporting them, and the F5, like, all those moves require someone who's strong. Like, still, Brock Lesnar's very impressive, but the point is, there's, like, all these big guys that are good in the ring, but I'm just saying that most of the time, those big guys aren't that good, and that's why the normal guys and the littler guys are better.
Speaking of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, have you heard of, like, all these, like, rumors of, like, Roman Reigns, like, taking steroids and, like, Brock Lesnar getting mad and walking out?
Yeah, that was all fake. WWE even talked about it. Fake.
Yeah.
But, oh no, Sal, like, I'm just saying, Vince McMahon, he needs to stop. He just needs to stop with this whole Roman Reigns push. But the only problem is now it's too late. The best thing they could do right now is get Brock Lesnar to renegotiate, and if Brock Lesnar stays with WWE, have him retain the belt at WrestleMania. That's all they can do right now. And if Roman Reigns wins, it better end in some sort of way where Seth Rollins catches.
Oh, I got an idea. If Roman Reigns does win, Seth Rollins better have the Money in the Bank briefcase on him that fucking night, because he better fucking cash in WrestleMania and win. And be the first person to cash it off. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because you realize
the first person to ever cash in a WrestleMania and win. Ooh, yo, he's in the record books. He already is now, but he's more in the record books than ever.
That would be amazing for his career, dude. Seth Rollins, he needs to, like, if Roman Reigns walks out of that building clean, you realize no matter what happens, he's gonna get booed. He's gonna get booed. Those are hardcore wrestling fans, like, he's gonna, like, it can't just be where
he has to turn heel.
We're saying no, this whole time, and then they go along with the plan. We're not just gonna lay down and accept it and cheer. We're gonna, you realize those fans, they're gonna boo. They're gonna boo Roman Reigns out of the building, and he's gonna go cry to The Rock. He's gonna go to Vince McMahon and be like, Vince McMahon, why did they boo me? And then he'll be like, I fight all those fans. Put them up.
Shout out to Silly Super Pop.
Oh yeah, Silly Super Pop. You know, last video I put a link in the description I put links in the description. Silly Super Pop, Joe Cronin Show, JD from New York, 206. I put a link in the description of the Raw review, and I know I'm really trying to get this Raw review over right now. But seriously, we're pushing the Raw review, guys. Go watch it. 1 hour commentary. Amazing. And while we're talking about this, if you want to go back and watch our Fastlane review, that one's kind of more of a crappy, reviews, but still a solid review. You can go back, watch that one, and watch our Fastlane preview and predictions. We don't just do that. We talk about WrestleMania and the...
That was our first video, too. That was really good.
Yeah, that one was really good. Our first 45-minute commentary. We talk about possible WrestleMania outcomes, so go check that out. And I think...
And soon later in the future, we'll do, maybe the week before WrestleMania, on that Raw, or the day after, we'll do, a WrestleMania, card,
preview.
Prediction.
WrestleMania preview and predictions. Kind of like our Fastlane preview and predictions. But,
yeah.
Wow, Sal, we basically just plugged everything. Did we miss anything?
Nah. No.
Alright, Silly Super Pop, Joe Cronin, JD from NY206. Plugged our videos. Alright, we're good. I know it's kind of random just to have our plugs, in the middle of the video, but who cares? So, Sal, I think we're ready for our final topic of tonight.
Oh, I've been waiting for this thing the whole time. NXT talent that go to the main roster that are either de-pushed, buried, or not pushed at all.
I think we should start by listing a few names and then just, talking about them. We'll start with Big E, Adam Rose. You getting any ideas in your head so far?
Yes.
Then we got Bo Dallas, Paige, The Ascension. Anyone I'm missing?
Emma.
Xavier Woods.
Oh my god. Amazing worker.
You know, I think we should just start with Big E. This is one that people forget about. Remember how he was supposed to have that huge push after he won the IC title, where he was supposed to, fight John Cena?
Oh, when he beat Kurt Axel?
Yeah, no, not when no, it was he beat Ezekiel Jackson or something, in the summer. And, this was, 2 years ago.
When?
This is 2 years ago. This is, the summer after he debuted. He was supposed to get that huge push, fight John Cena for the IC title at SummerSlam. But then they de-pushed him. They made him lose the title to, I think Cody Rhodes or something. I don't know, something like that. But either way, look at it. He got de-pushed, and look at where he's at now. He's doing the Blue Day gimmick. And the same thing goes for Xavier Woods. Remember when he debuted at Raw, he was, look at Xavier Woods. He debuted on Raw, teaming with R-Truth, coming out to Somebody Call My Mama. Where did that get him? Nowhere. Paige. She beats AJ after that little feud thing that they had for those 2 months that AJ was gone. All that she does is go around doing pointless feuds with nobody, getting 5 minutes to work on Raw, SmackDown, house shows, all that. I could go on forever. Bo Dallas, he gets that little streak, he's fighting nobodies, and then he loses the streak to R-Truth.
Someone who's not even wrestling at all.
Someone who barely...
Maybe just barely.
Hashtag give Truth the chance, by the way. Hey, look, another plug. But anyways, he loses to R-Truth. And then, look at Adam Rose. Adam Rose goes against Jack Swagger. What happens right after that? A feud with the Bunny. Look, and then, The Ascension. They have people in commentary burying them. You have legends burying them. You have them losing to the primetime players. They have them losing to gay Darren Young by a Kelly roll-up pin. Enough with this. They need to stop doing this. You know what? You know what the problem is? They don't give these guys decent talent to work with. NXT, perfect wrestling organization. You want to know why that's so good? Because all the wrestlers have talent to work with. They have good people, and they have time.
Not even just that. No, not even just that.
What else?
There's not 40 fucking writers writing the fucking show.
It's like 2 or 3 writers. Too many chefs in the kitchen. The food's not going to taste that good. That's what JR said. JR said that. Jim Ross. I'm just gonna say it. Jim Ross said that. And
by the way, get Jim Ross's barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I actually used that one time. Like, I saw it at my shop, right? I was just like, Mom, can we get it? And I used it on my steak that night. Oh my gosh, bruh. But, anyways, past that, Jim Ross, he says, too many chefs in the kitchen, the food's not going to taste that good. Obviously, he's talking about too many writers is not going to make a good show. Look at how many writers NXT has. 2, 3, 4 writers. Like, that many is good enough, and look at the show. Look at it. It's 10 times better than anything you're going to see on the USA Network, Sci-Fi. WWE Network is the place to watch wrestling. If you want to see professional wrestling at its finest, NXT, Wednesday nights at 8.
Also another sponsor, WWE Network, for only $9.99.
Honestly, where's my royalty checks, WWE? Or I'm going to be CM Punk for a second. Where's my royalty checks? But, like, these talents, they don't get anything to work with. And Vince McMahon, he gives them no time. Sal, tell me this.
What?
How much time did Paige get when she first debuted? On, like, a Raw or SmackDown? How much time?
Like, her first match ever, or like...
No, like, on the first like, month of her WWE matches, like, on Raw, on SmackDown.
I don't remember.
Or, what about Bo Dallas? How much time did he usually get?
Like, a few minutes, 5 minutes.
And, what about Adam Rose?
Like, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, around that time.
And, what about Xavier Woods?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I would go with 5 to 7 minutes. You see, that's...
Around there.
Do you notice this occurring pattern? They're not getting any time. They're not getting any time to let a match develop. They're not letting any time to show their in-ring skills, and they're not getting people to help them put on a good performance. They needed all these. And then Vince McMahon, after the first 4 weeks, Vince McMahon's already ready to pull the plug out on them. Like, come on, Vince. You see what these guys can do in NXT. Unless he's not even watching NXT. His son-in-law's, like, own promotion. He's not even watching it. Which is awful. He says he's the biggest fan, but I have a feeling he's not watching it. Because if he's watching it, he would definitely make his wrestlers put on their A game. He would be pushing Daniel Bryan over Roman Reigns, and he wonders why everybody gets mad.
And plus, he would have fucking people getting buried from NXT.
Honestly, like, Adam Rose, come on, he could easily be, he could have just dropped the gimmick when you noticed that it wasn't getting over, and they could have, like, revealed the Bunny to be someone, and then he could have just feuded with them, and then he could have had this whole change, and he could have been, like, this dark, evil character. Like, not really dark and evil, but he could have been kind of like a douchey character.
Remember that one night when they were promoting that one movie?
Like, kind of like CM Punk. He could have been like that.
No. Remember that one night when they were promoting that one movie? And, like, there was one segment with Adam Rose in the mirror and he had a suit on him.
Oh, yeah, Oculus, I think it was called.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he imagined himself as a lemon. And a lemon is like a boring person, like a sourpuss, like... He could have easily done that. That would have gotten so over. I would have loved to see like they could have had it like every single week. He does something else that's boring, but it's like funny, and like the bunny and the rosebuds try to get him to come back, and he just like beats the crap out of them. I would love that. I would love that. And then look at this. like all the people that we've been mentioning, basically they're getting buried by Vince McMahon already when they come onto the main roster. Where's Bo Dallas? Where is Bo Dallas?
He was supposed to return at Royal Rumble. Don't worry. I don't know why I didn't go.
I
He was
get too
supposed to
bad.
return at Royal Rumble. Randy was supposed to return at Royal Rumble, but he came like Fastlane, so.
No, I'm not talking about Randy. I'm just saying, like.
I'm just saying, like some people didn't come at Royal Rumble when they were supposed to, but they just waited.
Like, I mean, it's just stupid that Vince McMahon
Wait,
does this
did
to his
Sheamus
NXT.
come back or no?
Did who?
Did Sheamus come back yet or no?
No, not yet. I think he's coming back either next week on Raw or 2 weeks from now. Either one.
WrestleMania's coming up soon.
Cause you know
How many matches do they even have? They have like the fucking Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal again. They have fucking Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Sting versus Triple H. That Intercontinental Championship ladder match.
Oh, is it gonna be like a 6-man ladder match? That should be pretty good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Wade Barrett against like 5 other people.
To be honest, right now it seems like the undercard matches are gonna be way better.
Way better than Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
The last match, Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar, is probably going to be the worst match on that card.
Probably.
Unless
Seth Rollins comes out and cashes in, which I hope happens.
That would be a separate match. Cause, alright, well, if you're going by segment, then yeah. Then it would elevate it, but it would be a different match.
I mean, they're kicking the shit at each other for like the past like 20 minutes, and then like Seth Rollins can cash it in, like they can wrestle for like 20 minutes.
If they actually wrestle for like another 20 minutes, that would be pretty cool.
I know.
But dude,
I hope that fucking happens though. I don't care if
look
it's
at this.
predictable, I
Let's
just hope
see.
it does happen.
What would be better? Lesnar, Reigns, or Orton and Seth Rollins?
Orton Seth Rollins is probably gonna happen. So
Sting and Triple. What would you rather?
Now that I think,
Dude.
now that I think about it, like Seth Rollins like cashing it in is probably unlikely, but
For 30 to 40 minutes, what would you rather watch? Sting versus Triple H or Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar?
Sting versus Triple H, yo. That match is bound
Would
to
you
happen
rather
here,
watch
so.
a 25-minute match between Undertaker and Bray Wyatt or a 30-minute match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar?
Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt.
Now, do you see the point? Do you guys see the point? Like, are me and Sal just delusional? Or does everybody else, except for Vince McMahon, see this point? We do not want to see Roman Reigns. We don't want to see our favorite NXT superstars getting depushed. And we do not want to see old fuckers like Kane and Big Show on our TV screen anymore. So, I think we should wrap it up now. I think we said what we had to say.
Yep. I think we said
Any
everything.
final thoughts? Any final words about Vince McMahon? Anything?
He's out of touch. I think future NXT stars should have their gimmicks, characters, whatever. He should never be depushed, never even like touch their character at all. Their character is fine. They're already over in NXT. No matter if they're heel or face, just keep their character fine. Adrian Neville's fine. They better not fuck with Kenta or Kevin Owens or fucking Prince Devitt. Like, don't fuck with them.
Oh, Balor?
Those people
Yeah.
are Balor. Like, don't fuck with Prince Devitt. Don't fuck with Kenta. Don't fuck with Kevin Steen. Don't fuck with Sami Zayn. Don't fuck with Adrian Neville. Don't fuck with any of those guys. Not even Baron Corbin. Like, those are like, that's the future right there. That's the future. They're like the future, like Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Antonio Cesaro, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, fucking Rusev. Like,
Those guys that you just listed right there, those are the present. Those are the guys we have to start seeing now. The guys you mentioned right before, all those NXT guys, Balor, Kenta,
those are the future.
Corbin, that's the future. But Vince McMahon, my final thought is, I don't think he's going to learn. he seems like a very stubborn guy, so all I'm saying, I'm keeping this short and sweet. This company's gonna be a lot better when Triple H finally takes over.
And once Vince McMahon's dead, and his idiotic daughter, and his stupid son-in-law take over the damn company.
CM Punk. CM Punk. Oh, by the way, get CM Punk back.
And by the way, the people that are cheering my name right now, you are the biggest part of me leaving right now. Because you the people who are sipping on those coffee cups. You're the ones buying those autographs on eBay, and then selling it on eBay, and then going to an airport.
Alright, you know what? You just Roman Reigns your promo. I think this is a cue.
Oh, I don't care. I want my push.
Alright, Roman Reigns.
Alright, Roman Reigns, got you. You already got your fucking push, you little fucking Samoan cunt.
Alright, well, Sal, are you ready for our outro?
What's our outro?
I'll do it. Ready. Thank you so much for sticking through us. You know what? Put a word in the comment section right now.
Subscribe.
We're not at that part yet. So, how about, Sal, a special word that the fans could put in the comment section just to let us know that they made it through the whole 45 minutes. 46 minutes, actually. How about, put NXT. Put the word NXT.
No, don't just put NXT. Don't just put NXT. Put anything you want in the comments.
Alright, just leave basically, since we don't get that many views, leave a comment just to let us know that you made it to the end of the video. And, oh yeah, those three guys. Silly Super Pop, check them out. JD from NY206, check them out. Joe Cronin Show, check him out. JR's Barbecue Sauce, go buy that crap. I don't know where you guys get it. Pathmark, ShopRite, what do you call it, Costco. I really don't care. I could care less. Just go buy it. And thank you for watching our video. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Me and Sal have the best minds for WWE on YouTube.com. You're not going to find this commentaries anywhere else. This is the #1 source. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe for more if you enjoy what we did. And I think we will see you guys later. Peace.
The fuck yeah.